Peace and the blessings, family. Welcome back to Nora YouTube. I promise every time I record something, there's a new intro. But anyways, today I am in my vehicle. And for those who just follow me on YouTube and you don't really keep up with me on Instagram, this is a brand new vehicle. I was in a car accident in like July, and they ended up totaling out my car. But I ended up getting a substantial amount of money, so I was able to get a new car. Yay! I will do a tour on here maybe one day, or you can just go to my Instagram and check out my latest videos. But anyways, today's video, I wanted to talk about what I'm doing currently to prepare for motherhood. And I know that this is kind of a video topic that I don't think I've ever seen before. I don't know anyone, in the world or just on YouTube, whatnot, sharing how they are preparing for motherhood, because unfortunately in this world not too many people want to be mothers, specifically women. I mean, of course there are women out there, but like amongst my age, outside of the nation, I don't really know too many women that want to be mothers. But anyways, I want to share what I'm doing, because I think what I'm doing is something that people should hear, and I think a lot of times we don't consider these things, but because I am who I am, I'm considering them. And I know that I've always wanted to be a mother since I was like, I couldn't even remember. I was probably like 8, earlier than that. But I've always wanted to be a mother. I always loved babies. And here are a few of the things that I am doing to prepare for that. The first one is I am becoming acquainted with myself. And what that means is I am just thoroughly getting the knowledge of who I am at my core, like what my nature is as a woman. And all praise is due to Allah. I'm a part of the Nation of Islam. I'm actually getting that information through the teachings of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad and the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, his various lectures, specifically how to give birth to a God, various books, a book by Brother Neri, Second Self of God, I think that's what it's called, a book by student Minister Ava Muhammad, may Allah be pleased, Naturally Beautiful. I read that book when I was like 16, 17 for the first time in my life. Changed my life. I've read it at least 10 times afterwards. But I'm saying also to say that all of that information is acquainting me with what my nature is as a woman. The nature of femininity, the nature of the sex that I was born. Because when you understand nature and you understand that you can't do anything about nature, but learn about it, learn to adapt, learn to create the environments that reflect or that help you in your nature. Like, all of that is really important, and we don't really think about that. Like, I can't do anything about me being a woman. I can't do anything about me having a 30-day cycle, a 30-day emotional hormonal cycle. Like, I'm constantly changing, I'm constantly evolving. There's always something going on in here, but I can't do anything about that but learn to manage it. So that first step, being acquainted with myself, I think that is very important. Because again, it's acquainting me with what is about myself that I literally can't do anything about, but learn to nourish, learn to manage, learn to sustain, so that I can master this thing, because I can't do anything about it. So the second thing that I am doing is studying myself. Now, once I've become acquainted with who I am, my nature, I'm doing a lot of studying with myself. And what I mean by studying, I'm paying attention to why I am the way that I am. Like, what molded me to do the things that I do? What molded my thought processes? What molded my perception of myself? And a lot of that goes back to me paying attention to and speaking with my parents, because we got to remember, like, growing up, if we grew up with our parents, they are like our major influences in life. We spend every single day with them, 18, 20, 25 years, however long you grew up with your family or your parents. But like, they are our greatest influences, not just physically, because we grew up with them or we grew up around them, but genetically. Like, you literally are your parents, and the more time you spend with them, you will begin to realize that. And the more time I spend with my parents, now that I'm away from them, because I moved out, the more time I spend with them, the more questions I ask, the more I'm like really starting to see myself in them, like little bits and pieces of myself. I'm just like, dang, I get that from my daddy, I get that from my mama, that's crazy. And they're good and bad things. So when I say that I am doing that self-reflective work, I'm like really figuring out who I am. A large part of that is going back and seeing what I got from my parents. If it's good, keep it. If it's bad, kind of working to actively remove that, because there are things about my parents that I inherited naturally that I do not want to pass down to my children. So I feel as if it is my duty, my purpose, to remove myself of whatever negative traits that I inherited from them that I don't want to pass on. So that's what I've really been focusing on for the last 3 years specifically, especially since I've been on my own. Because when you are like away from your parents, you're away from your hometown, you're away from the people you grew up with, that's when you start to reflect and think back to, wow, I do this because of them, or I do this because of this situation happened. But I had to learn that, that's not every situation. You got to learn to heal. You got to grow and evolve. And like, that's just really major to me. And that's really what I've been doing. And what's the third thing? Learning to take care of myself. I know that's kind of crazy. Well, actually, no, it's not crazy. Because when you are able to take care of yourself as a woman, as a future mother, prioritize your well-being, you will easily be able to take care of the other people in your lives. And the more I'm doing that, the more I learn that, because it's better to pour from an overflowing cup than a cup that's halfway full. And what I mean by that is I can be depleted but service everybody else to make them happy, to make sure their cups are full. But I'm depleted. And so because I'm depleted, I am serving without the proper spirit. I am serving without the proper mind. I am serving because I have to serve, or it's just like an obligation. But if my cup is full and it's literally overflowing with abundance, with joy, spirit, happiness, then I'm able to pour that into the other areas and do it happily, consistently. So focusing on myself, really learning to take care of myself. I've really been learning to take care of my hair, you all, because that's been a journey. That has been a battle. My hair, my skin, because again, that's been a journey. And nobody's going to take care of you like you is going to take care of you. Like, literally nobody else is going to come along and take care of you. Like that's just not going to happen. Like, they can do little things. Of course, if you get married to a man who genuinely cares about you and just wants to do stuff for you, that's one thing. But they will not care for you how you need to care for you. So that's one thing that I've really been prioritizing. What else? Oh, I think I'm going to leave on this note, because I might need to do part 2 for this video, because things can be broken down. But figuring out my purpose and discovering why God put me on this earth, that's a major one. Because not only, I am a person right now. I'm an individual. God made me for a reason. He still made me for a reason, even after I have children. And oftentimes I see a lot of mothers forget that. We forget that we have purpose for our lives after our children come, after we get married, because we're so caught up in their lives and making sure they're good, when we are not really, doing what we were put on this earth to do. And, there's nothing wrong with that. There's a season for everything. But I know that I want to know what I was put on this earth to do before those children come, because I know that they're going to take up a lot of time and a lot of mental space. But I also always want to remember that I have something that I was put here to do. And not only, do I want to do that for myself, but when you have children who grow up seeing their mother fulfilling their purpose, they see a mother who is out here doing the things that God put on her heart to do. Like, they just see their mother out here doing extraordinary things. It inspires them and encourages them to want to be able to do those same things, specifically the little girls. We literally are our mothers. We literally reflect our mothers, whether we want to believe it or not. No matter what kind of relationship we have with our mothers, we literally are them, specifically women. And there's nothing you can really do about that, except, once you get an adult, you start to change yourselves. But we are our mothers. So, as a future mother, I find it very important for me to figure out what I'm supposed to be doing, and I'm doing a good job. I believe I am. Hit the hammer on the nail, whatever that saying is. Like, I'm almost 100% sure I know what I'm supposed to be doing, and I am found doing it by the grace and mercy of Allah. But that is very important to me, because again, my children will only do and be what I am and what I do and be. So if I'm a confident person, if I'm bold and I'm not afraid to be myself and step out and do what God called on me to do, they're going to do that naturally. And they're going to do it earlier. It took me about 20 years to get here. They might do it at 5, 4. I plan on raising and giving birth to gods. So that all starts with me, though. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. I don't want this video to be extremely long. I don't have that much space on my phone anyways, but I just want to share this. I'm not even home right now. I kind of want to do this from my car because it's cool and nice aesthetic. But yeah, that's what I'm doing. I hope that anyone was able to find anything of value with this video. I just wanted to share again what I am doing, because you never know what you do can help, how what you do can help other people. And I'm learning that. So I'm learning to share my life and what it is that I do, because I feel like I am able to help people, and people like to listen to me for some reason. It blows my mind, but they do. So yeah, thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed this episode. Not quite sure what I'm gonna do next episode. That's why I need to go make a list now, so I can have a plan and an agenda for every single week or what I want to do. But yeah, thank you all for watching. Catch you guys in the next video. If you found anything of value, if you would like to comment something, please leave it below. Leave a like. That really does help the channel because it boosts the videos. And yeah, that's all. Catch you guys in the next video.